101.1 FM, Abuja. Good morning. Thank you for joining us once again. It's time for X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Ruth Usman and I'm being joined in the studio by Oikeke Gadukure. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And good morning to Olive Nwoke Onokwai.
Good morning, Ruth. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right. It's a pleasure to have you both here. And, well, today, as always, on the X-Ray, we look at trending issues. One of such for this morning is the National Assembly passes 2018 Appropriation Bill for second reading. The Senate has passed the 2018 Appropriation Bill for second reading. The bill was referred to the Committee on Appropriations for further legislative action. The upper chamber of the National Assembly has also adjourned plenary to December 19th, 2017 to allow the standing committees to hold budget defense sessions for federal ministries, departments and agencies. Senate on Tuesday also passed the medium-term expenditure framework for 2018-2020, raising oil price assumption to $47 from $45 per barrel. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives was in total agreement with the executive on the set parameters in the 2018 to 2020 medium-term expenditure framework, MTEF, and fiscal strategy paper, FSP. In consideration of the recommendations, the House resolved that benchmark for crude oil production of 2.3 million barrels per day be retained as proposed by the executive for the 2018 budget. The House, however, reviewed upward from $45 to $47 per barrel as the benchmark for the fiscal year 2018. This is as the 2018 Appropriation Bill scaled second reading on the floor of the lower house. Now, considering the bill, the members said there is a need to look at the budget critically.
As Parliament, we should not allow budget to be just a matter of ritual. Ritual in the sense that it is just brought to us like any other period. We just consider it and pass it as it is brought. From now on, I think as a Parliament, we should be responsive and look at it critically. And we know every year, most of the problems we are facing with the budget is on implementation. Then we should look at how we shall try to curb that, to stop that from happening in future appropriations, like this current one that we are considering. We should also look at reduction of recurrent expenditure. Considering the situation of this country, use unemployment to look into the recurrent expenditure and take certain percentage and earmark it for National Salvation Trust Fund, whereby a special implementation committee will be recommended in the budget here, and we should recommend to the executive that it must be implemented as prescribed by us in the appropriation bill. That fund will take care of the youth. We should also place caveats in this budget. We should not just pass budget and allow the executive to go and do how they like. When we pass the budget, there must be time frame and timelines. From in first quarter, there must be so percentage of releases and implementation. If we introduce that, nobody will sit down in his office, in the office of the Accountant General, in the office of Ministry of Budget and National Planning, and other ministries and MDS. They will not just go there and decide when they intend to implement and what percentages they can implement. This House or the National Assembly as a whole should go on oversight to ensure compliance.
All right, they said implementation of the budget is very key. Well then, there has been a lot of talk about this. At some point, it looked like it was not going to be feasible. However, now we're seeing that this appropriated 2018 budget has just passed second reading, and it's giving a lot of hope to Nigerians. What's your reaction to this?
You know, when the president presented or wanted to present the bill the other time, we had issues where the lawmakers were probably doubting that, you know, it may not be feasible to just return to that January, December calendar for budget preparation. But then, thank God, you know, when the bill came, they started working on it immediately, and it has passed a second reading at both chambers, both the Senate and the House. Now they are on break. That's a break from plenary, so that they can now begin to work on the budget at the committee levels, where government agencies and parastatals will now come to defend the budget. So this is a very critical time, part of the budget. And from what they're saying, I mean, we agree with them that there's a great need to look at it very critically, because this is an opportunity again for the federal government and all of us as Nigerians, and them especially the lawmakers, to come up with a bill that will be beneficial to Nigerians. Because whether we like it or not, implementation of the budget is key. I mean, if we have a budget of any amount, no matter how small or big, and if we don't implement the budget, we are not doing anything. So there's a need for them to check page to page, word for word, and ensure that the right monies are appropriated to the right projects in such a way that by the end of the day, Nigerians will begin to feel that, yes, we are really having dividends of democracy. We were talking the other time, and we were looking at the roads. The roads are terrible, especially both the federal, the government, and the local level roads. They're like death traps. If you travel on the roads, you know that...
These are roads that have been in that condition for decades.
For decades, and we've been appropriating monies for the roads. So that's why this is an opportunity for us to turn and do the right things. It's not only the road. Look at the education sector and all the sectors. So this is an opportunity for us to come out with a bill that by the end of the day we'll begin to feel that, yes, things are changing.
Okay. Now, the next thing is to focus on implementation, like they rightly said. And they're calling on all agencies, you know, MDGs, MDAs, and, you know, all the like, to put everyone to put their hands, you know, on deck and get this started. How do they ensure now that, especially as implementation is key, how do they ensure that there's this oversight function to ensure that all these monies that we keep talking about are actually used judiciously?
Yeah, you know, that is what we've all been talking about, implementation, and then a lot of people have been saying they should at least do more as regards oversight function. I mean, even though it takes setting up a monitoring committee, it's something they can actually do. But then the first thing at the moment is trying to scrutinize the bill. You know, look at it very well, critically, taking it from the word, I mean, he used in the soundbite we just played. Because it's one thing to pass the budget early, and another thing to ensure that it's something that, you know, will favor the common man on the street. Because I believe the National Assembly, of course, they have been saying, you know, the 8th Assembly have really been saying it, that, you know, they are for the people. So we really expect them, you know, to consider this as a responsibility they owe the generality of Nigerians, to ensure they look at it very well. It shouldn't be about parley between the executive and the legislators and all that. And then another problem we've been facing as a nation, you understand, is actually implementation. Like she rightly said, there is need for them to also do more in that regard. Because I mean, if you budget a particular amount for a sector and then there is no implementation and all that, what you know, at the end of the day we find out that every year we're still discussing the same thing. So they should do more in that regard too. Do more as regard oversight functions and, you know, and all that. If it means setting up a committee to monitor, of course, he even said it in one of the stories. They even said it that they are going to, you know, let's hold them by their words. You know, let's believe they are going to do that. But we too, as citizens, will also have to always prevail on them to do, you know, the right thing.
All right. We'll talk more on that after this commercial break. Stay with us on X-Ray right here on Human Rights Radio 101.1.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1. Redefining broadcasting.
Are you looking for a stimulating working environment with exciting projects and an amazing 100,000 naira salary? For full details on how to apply, visit www.mylearningacademy.com and check the announcement page for more details. My Learning Academy, your reliable online learning educational partner. www.mylearningacademy.com.
Human Rights Radio.
Mama, now where you dey carry table go so?
I just want use antanda take spread this cloth there when I wash for this wire.
You know sabi say this one electric wire?
I sabi now, but
waiting, you know say na danger you dey take the place so. In case you no sabi, to dey spread the wet cloth on top electric wire fit kill person o. Even sef, no put your television antenna near electric wire. And if you see any electric wire wey rainstorm fall for ground, abeg no near am o. To dey build, buy and sell, or to dey perform any kind human activity under power line na invitation to danger. When you dey build your house, you must to leave space between the house and the electricity installation, just as law talk am. Make we all dey follow these simple warnings so that we no go put our life and the life of people wey dey around us for danger.
From where you get all this important information?
From Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, the company wey care well for the safety of im customers for Kogi, Nasarawa and Niger State, plus including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Abuja Electricity Distribution Company want make you stay alive to enjoy them services. Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, power of commitment.
Human Rights Radio.
Trade Fair. It is happening now until 23rd December at Kaura Modern Market, opposite Prince and Princess, with 50% discount on every item you pick. Hurry now while stock lasts.
Human Rights Radio.
Hello Abuja, Revolution Plus Property Development Company Storms Abuja. Your #1 real estate company invites you to a mega real estate seminar and training. Venue, Afri Hotel, opposite National Defense College, Macaulay Way, CBD Abuja. Date is Saturday, the 9th of December 2017. Time is 11 a.m. Ticket is free. Come and become a boss of your own without stress. For more information, please call 0818-0092-608 or 0903-1705-796. My name is Adekunle Gold. See you there.
Revolution Plus Property. Affordable house. Call on Revolution. Them will make you land up.
Human Rights Radio.
Make we scatter this place tonight.
Abuja, get ready! Get ready for the biggest show ever as the Backyard present Face of the Void, featuring music, dance, comedy, fashion, and many more. Music performance by Lucky J, King Pause, Yankees, Formidable, Guns, comedy by MC Asawana, MC Shawama, MC Eri, Dumebi, dance performance by Ram, Smart Angel, Benzi, Boss Lady, Itoro, and 3D dancers. And on the wheels of steel is DJ Gaga. Side attraction, dance battle, rap battle, fashion runway by the Backyard Models and Wale House of Fashion. Date, Saturday 9th December 2017. Time, red carpet, 5 p.m. Main event, 6 p.m. Venue, the Backyard, Abuja. Off Arab Road behind Customary Court, Kubwa, Abuja. Get fee, it's free. For table reservation, call this number 0706 5783 678. Face of the Voice is sponsored by the Backyard, Abuja. My backyard, your adventure.
Human Rights Radio.
Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week, MNCHW, is primarily aimed at reducing newborn and child mortality and to improve maternal health in the FCT. The program is slated for 4th to 8th December 2017. Theme, a package of care for a healthy family. You will receive the following services free at all government health centers in the FCT. Health education, hand washing, exclusive breastfeeding EBF, complementary foods, ORT, demonstration and distribution of sachets sachets, nutritional assessment, immunization, RI antigens and TT for women, deworming tablets for children between 12 to 59 months, vitamin A supplementation for children between 6 to 59 months, IMCI, treatment of common ailments, ANC for pregnant women, palpation, BP and height measurement, iron folate, tetanus toxoids, etc., HIV counseling, other participating health facilities and birth registration. Don't be left out. Visit public health facilities for all these interventions. Time 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. This message is from the Executive Secretary, FCT, PHCB Abuja, Dr. Matthew Ashikeni, PMH, FWACP.
Your right, my right, our rights. Everybody's right is protected. Human Rights Radio 101.1.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still on to X-Ray right here on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Ruth, and this morning we are taking a look at the 2018 appropriation bill, which has just passed for second reading in both houses, and we're looking at what the future holds for this change, which looks positive.
Well, to start with the 2017 budget, what level of implementation are we? It's been extended to May 2018. So is it that I think it's after that May 2018 before we begin to look at implementation of the 2018? Well, I can't say much about the implication of that, but the implication of non-implementation of the budget is quite obvious. One aspect of the budget that is very key is the release of the funds. You know, a lot of times we said 100 million, let me say 100 million, for instance, is for this project. Then by the end of the day, how much money does the federal government release out of that 100 million? You see, we have cases where paltry sums of monies are released for the projects. And so a lot of times we see we have uncompleted projects for even the ones that even want to complete the projects. You see a situation where if that social amount of money is being appropriated, then when it comes to release of the funds to implement the project, especially
they don't get to release.
Yeah, they just release something very small. So by the end of the day, we are still where we are. So there is a great need for the federal government to ensure that monies that are appropriated, the funds are released and on time. Because if they don't release the funds, we keep hearing about big figures. But then by the end of the day, I mean, the figures that are released are just not enough.
And the ordinary man on the street will also tell himself that, hey, I heard so amount has been appropriated for this, not knowing that actually in the real sense not even half of it was released.
Exactly.
And then the lawmakers actually raised this concern about that was a few weeks ago. So one is a lot of people are now pretty surprised that after they said it's not really possible to pass 2018 budget, and then the issues raising some concerns about the issues surrounding 2017 budget and non-implementation, and then after a few weeks we are now hearing that it has already been passed for second reading, and then they are going to pass it officially on the 19th. You understand? So a lot of people are asking.
It sounds like that moment when the typical Nigerian man will say, "Our God will do it." Maybe God is doing it.
Question: if there is, lobbying going on, if there is, those issues, but then
things can change. I mean, from the beginning, I think we're all saying if everybody will play their role, both executive, legislative, everyone coming together to just put their hands and ensure that this works out, which should be like one key reason for success of the passage of this. But if everybody just sits back, so maybe they are all coming on board, and that's why we're having this change.
Of course, it's important for both arms of government, to work hand in glove. But then we can only appeal to them, because that is what we've been doing, and that is what we can only do. Appeal to them to truly look at it very well. It shouldn't be about trying to see how it favors a particular set of people and all that. It should actually be about how it favors the average man on the street. It shouldn't just be about, okay, constituency project has been taken care of and all that. It should just be about how it just ends up affecting or maybe changing the lives of the ordinary people on the street?
The constituency projects, really, they are the projects that touches the people, because these are the projects that exist, you know, at the local communities.
But the concern has always been, how do they really do it, even after, you know, monies are budgeted for that? How many of these projects do you get to see?
So that's why we're calling this time that even those constituency projects, even the lawmakers themselves, the role the lawmakers have in the constituency projects it's like this. This is my constituency, for instance. I know where it is pinching my people. I know what they need and I know what they do not need. So in these projects, this is, for instance, my village needs electricity or schools. I mean, it's just for them to say it. And then the monies that is appropriated, usually the monies don't get to the lawmakers anyway, but then they should ensure that the monies that are appropriated to the constituency projects, they should monitor and ensure that the projects are done. And we have a lot of abandoned projects here and there. And one of the lawmakers was arguing yesterday that what happens is that the projects, when they release funds, the funds are released attached to particular projects, to each project.
Okay.
And there are allegations that probably some persons needed to be seen. I mean, you need to see someone before your monies, before your project, you know, before monies will be attached to your project, that there is a scene behind that exists. We don't know if that is true or not, but I think we should discourage if things like that happen. That from the budget office, you need to see one or two persons so that they can just attach the funds to the particular project of your choice. And
so that boils down to corruption.
That's the corruption we're talking about. So it shouldn't be about that. And then a lot of contractors are being owed monies for a very long time. You know, they work and then the monies are not, that's for them, for the ones that will even complete the projects. Their monies are not paid. So the budget is a whole lot of issues. But then budget is very key to our national development, to the development of our people, because that is what we take care of our needs. So the formation, everything that concerns it, to release of funds, to implementation, to monitoring is very, very key, because if these things are not carefully done and appropriately done, we will still remain where we are.
Okay. Very well said. Feel free to be a part of the conversation. The number to call is 081-8999-1011. That's 081-8999-1011. It's X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, looking at the 2018 appropriation bill, which is just past second reading. What are your thoughts as regards this? Let's hear you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you.
Hello. My name is Haruna Mohammed.
Okay, Haruna Mohammed, please go ahead. Okay, I'm not sure he could hear me, but feel free to call right back. It's 081 89 99 1011. X-Ray on Human Rights Radio. Call in and share your contributions with us on the program. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name?
It's Joel.
What?
It is Joel.
Joel. All right. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I want to say about the budget, when the budget things and they better to make use of. Sometimes you find out that what the work they're supposed to do, they will not do it. It will take a long time before they now come to work on it. Sometimes it will take like a year or 2 years before they now. But you find out that they will say the money is not enough, or maybe they say before they have done.
So sorry about that. There was some abrupt disconnection there. Feel free to call back. Would love to hear what your contribution is to this topic or this subject matter that we are considering this morning. Hello? The network, phone network is at it again. But please keep trying. Let's hear your contribution to this subject matter. It's 081-8999-1011. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear
me? I'm not present.
Okay.
Hello?
All right. We could not hear each other for whatever reason there. Please feel free to call back, and the program is X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 this morning, taking a look at the second passing of the 2018 appropriation bill, and would love to know what your thought is about this development. Share your concerns with us right here on the program. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Ruth, and this is X-Ray.
Okay. Please, my name is, hello, good morning.
Sorry?
Hello, I said my name is Mrs. Uke.
Okay, Mrs. Okay.
You can Lagos. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
How about an ordinary person?
He's fine.
Okay, I've tried this line and the other line as a regular program. Please, I have a complaint to make, madam.
Okay, this is a different program, so you're going to have to call back later today if you want to speak with the ordinary president, okay?
Okay. Which number will I call? Is it the 00, the one that ends on 070?
You can call the same number or any other one you have, though, but around 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. 081-8999-1011. Hello? 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 All right, I cannot hear this person. Let's keep trying, and I hope your line will be connected. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program. What's your name?
My name is Prince. I'm calling from Dutch.
Prince?
Hello?
Yeah. Did you say Prince?
Prince, yes. Prince calling from Dutch.
All right. Go ahead with your contribution.
Now, on the issue of budget passage in this country, I salute the efforts of your guests in the studio. But in this 21st century, only Nigerians will still cherish this issue of passage of budget. How can we have a National Assembly that is proactive, that knows their job? I don't see why budget passage should take more than necessary for the sake of God. These are the people that we elected to represent us there. But they are there, they are not representing us in terms of budget passage and the rest of them. Your guest, they have talked about the issue of constituency projects. If you look at the way some of these are National Assembly members, the leadership of the National Assembly, you should see the way they look at this issue of constituency projects. Now, what they will do is, I'm talking to you as a civil servant, as a diplomat in the civil service. Ruth, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes. I'm talking to you as a civil servant, as a core civil servant. Now, what they normally do is, this budget, this constituency project, they will include it in the federal government projects for that budget proposal for the year. And at the same time, they really want to collect their money and put to that constituency for the state. I don't really want to mention names, but I think I will mention one name. Look at 2017 budget. It took a lot of time. When the issue of the budget padding came up from the House of Representatives, The construction project that was meant for the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, because he has to impute, influence the committee, they have to impute their constituency projects into federal government projects. And the money was split into two. Federal government will sponsor one part, and he will sponsor the other one. That was what was about the issue of budget funding. So I don't see why we Nigerians should celebrate at this 21st century, okay, the ritual, the normal thing of budget passage 31st of December or whatever. I think our National Assembly members should try as much as possible to be so proactive to work with Nigerians that voted them in. They are our servants there. We voted them in. They're supposed to serve us and at least deliver to us. I'm so proud to move around the whole of Nigeria. And yes, I was a member of the 7th or the 8th National Assembly. Okay. So this budget passage, I think it has been there. And this of delay in budget passage has always been there. But I hope, assuming we have had a very hard-working bunch of National Assembly members, we'll be at this situation. What they believe in is they just believe in themselves what they will get. If the president of the National Assembly, the president of the Senate can be riding a car for about $64 million or 64 million naira, then what are Nigerians talking about? If the Speaker of the Speaker of the House of Representatives can co-opt the construction project, which money was allocated to him as a representative of that constituency, to the national, to the federal government project, then what are we talking about? This is not an era. If government on an era to give certain percentage of the total appropriation to the National Assembly members, is that they work for the money they earn, which they have not been able to disclose to us. We don't even know how much they collect as salary. If they are unable to do that one, then at the end of the day, we vote all of them out. Thank you, Ruth. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution.
You know, that's an allegation about the Speaker of the House. We don't know the truth about what he just said. That's not coming from us. But one of the things that we know is that the constituency projects are not supposed to be executed by the lawmakers themselves. The only input that they have is to just say, these are the needs of my people. They don't execute. And the lawmakers don't execute projects, except, of course, if once in a while, if they want to give personal gift to members of their constituencies. But the constituency project is not executed by the lawmakers. And there's nowhere in the Constitution where they are supposed to execute part of their constituency projects. There's nothing like that. So I don't know what he's trying to say. So, but that's not coming from us.
Sometimes a lot of all these things come up because we don't really run an open system. I think there is also a need for, if it's to publish it on their website, once they pass a budget, let's just have a breakdown of everything, so that, well-meaning Nigerians, civil society organizations, activists can look at it, so that if you are saying something, at least as he mentioned this, now we'll be able to say, okay, I went through this and that, and I saw this
on their
why
website.
Is there a duplication here and there? You understand? So I think there's also a need for that.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
My name is Mohammed.
Your name is?
Mohammed.
Okay, Mohammed, you're welcome. Please go ahead. All right.
What I'm saying is this. Why this budget is something? You have to enlighten the layman at the grassroots. Because when they hear the bill of budget has been signed, the money is on the ground. At the end of the year, at the end of the budget year, we find that nothing is on the ground to hold to it. Our roads, our everything, water, hospital, education, is total in decay. Nothing possible has been done. We always hear every year about this budget, but we have not seen anything tangible on the ground. Why don't we stop making budget for it? Because the impact has not been set for the masses of Nigeria. Our roads are in shambles. A grade for the masses. What I'm saying is that budget is linked for the development and the growth of a nation and its people. But budget impact has not been set totally by the masses of this country. So why don't you stop making budget? Because budget impact has not been set. So what I'm saying is that budget, what we want is that the big man that are around us are only the people feeling the impact of budget. So making budget in this country, when budget is made, people are happy about it, but at the end of it, you find that it's a mirage. So what I'm saying is that we are advising the government to either stop making budget, because the budget has no impact at all on the masses of this country.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution there. I don't know if you have any reaction to this. You said we should stop making the budget.
We can't stop. Budget is a plan for spending for the year that tells us these are the things we need and this is what we should do and this is the monies that we use to. So it's the plan for the year. We can't stop it. But I think what we should be calling for is how to make the budget. How to make the budget in such a way that it can affect positively on the life of every Nigerian. Because
his point is, if he cannot feel the effect of this planning,
I agree with his pain.
Then it's no use. So perhaps we should do some freestyle and just assume.
And this also brings us to the issue of constituency project, because Madam Oikeke has been saying it's not the lawmakers themselves that execute it. Since we keep budgeting for constituency project and we don't see anything, it's high time we begin to ask who truly execute this project. So
and I think you actually also said the money doesn't directly go to them. The money allocated. So where does it go to? Who oversees the whole process?
This one is something that is even close to them. You go to your constituency, you don't see anything. Every year you still clamor for allocation for your constituency. Meanwhile, there is nothing on ground. Why do you keep clamoring for allocation for your constituency when there is nothing on ground? You don't ask questions. You don't ask the person that is supposed to execute it why they are not doing anything.
And so that brings us to the budget monitoring that we've been talking about.
That means
they need to follow the money. All right, to follow the money. But if any lawmaker is going behind to collect monies for execution of projects in his or her constituency, then that's the corruption we're talking about. That's not how it's supposed to be. The input is just to identify those needs in your constituency, and then that's all you need to do. All right. So, but if any lawmaker is being given any money somewhere, then it's corruption. It's out of the constitution, is out of it.
I like that phrase, follow the money.
Yes.
All right, let's see who's here. Hello.
Hello, good morning, X-Ray.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
I greet your guest with you. My name is Barrister Hassan.
Barrister Hassan.
Good morning.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Issue of budget.
Oh. Hello? Yeah. Sorry, but we'll just have to end that call, and I hope you will be able to call back so we can hear your contribution, Barrister Hassan. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Okay, the phone networks seem to be at it again. Feel free to call back. I think we can squeeze in a call or two if they will be brief enough. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Monday. I'm calling from Abuja, from Adima.
Okay, go ahead.
I like your program. That is why I said I might call, but I do not have enough credit inside with my SIM card.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
Sorry. Thank you for sharing the little that you have with us.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Okay, bye.
Have a wonderful nice day.
You too. Okay, we appreciate the few seconds you shared with us on the program this morning. 08189991011. This should be our last caller. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Mike, Change Advocate.
Okay, Mike, please go ahead.
Yeah, yes. Talking about this constituency project or whatever, the budget implementation and all of that. From yesterday, that these are so-called representatives. We don't know what they are doing in terms of representing us. Everything they do is shielded in secrecy. Now, okay, some people are saying there's a project, constituency project, the lawmakers go back and collect the money or not, or they pass it or they don't pass it. Let the lawmakers themselves go transparent, become transparent in a way that we know what they are doing in the area of representing us. By making sure whatever it is they pass, let them do it electronically so that we can follow. I can say that I know the House of Rep and the Senate are fitted with electronic voting devices. It's there, and there's all that going to put it. I don't know of the State House of Assemblies, but the National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Rep, I know it is fitted with an electronic voting system already. Let them be using that thing. So, yesterday, I listened to when they were passing the MTF, the medium-term expenditure framework. It was still that same voice vote they use. And if you listen, sometimes the eyes or the names, the eyes will always have it, even when the names voice is louder. There is no time I've ever heard the speaker or the Senate president saying the names have it. How is it done like that? Some of us are saying it is by that electronic voting so we can have a track record of how they vote. We can use that to track representation and know how they represent us and how they pass these bills and these motions. It is by so doing the masses can have confidence in what they're doing. Right now, they are playing hide and seek with us. What we call in our locality, Boju, that's what they're doing with us. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know how they're representing us. Until they refrain from this voice vote and go to the issue of use electronic voting devices, we can have a track record. Can you imagine, okay, like Nigeria election, this is no, everybody should do voice vote to elect our president. How do we know how people vote? That is the only way to go on until we do that, and they know that themselves too, because it is what we're going to use in tracking them to know whether to return them back to the house or not. That is why they don't want to use it. Until the Nigerians put it on them and demonstrate the electronic voting device, we'll be singing the same song. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike, the change advocate there. Well, talking about how to ensure that those people who are, in the houses, both chambers, really live up to expectations. How much of involvement, do individuals even have? The people, how much involvement do they have when it comes to governance to, try to hold these people accountable? I think it's another thing as well.
That's another topic for another day but what I see is that most times people see their representatives when it's time for elections, when it's time for campaign. They will now come home and then interact with the people, vote for me, I'll do this for you, share some bags of socks and salt and probably rice and some small things and give small money.
So I think to a large extent too, the interests of the common man in governance should play a role too, because that lack of interest, I think, is what has made the legislatives just will I say behave anyhow in any kind of way, because they feel nobody would hold me responsible. No one even knows that I'm here or what I'm doing this, or that they actually have this as their rights, or things they expect from you as a legislator.
Things will get better when we bring ourselves to that point that even the village man is aware that, look, this year or this month, this is the monies that is meant to do, probably construct this road or bring this rural water to my village. And the villager is empowered enough to ask his representative or her representative, or ask his local government chairman, for this month, this money is supposed to construct this water.
And yet we don't have it,
So if we don't follow and we don't ask questions and we don't follow the money, it will continue to be like this.
So everyone needs to know their rights so as to know, okay, you've not done this. This is what you said you would do. You are supposed to do this, not like a favor to us.
Yes,
You know, because yeah, a lot of times that's what it looks like it's just a favor, and so that after they do it, you're praising them, singing, yeah, and
you understand. I mean, it's obvious a lot of people don't even know that power lies with them. I will keep saying this until we shift away from accepting gift from them during campaign and all that, and voting them in as a result of because of what they give to you and all that during campaign. We will still be recycling same people. So let's shift away from that during I mean, if you want to collect, if you must collect, still vote the right person.
Okay. Well, we'll hold it at that for today, and many thanks to the contributors, scholars, and also the ladies in the building today. That has been X-Ray for today's edition. We'll do this again tomorrow. Stay with us on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. I'll be back in the 10 o'clock hour on Pro Bono Chambers. We are the joy of our nation.